Too many people's life is connected to the ups and downs and volatility of the market, and we want to disconnect you from that. We want to use the market when it's performing well, and we want to be protected from it when it's not. Hi, friends. This is Colin Richards, and I'm continuing an exciting conversation here on the Colin Richards Show about how you can have safety and opportunity together on the same dollar at the same time. And we do this at Colin Richards as part of your retirement freedom plan. What we're going to do is we're going to start at the lowest level of importance. That is the foundational level. I don't mean it's low in priority or importance, but I mean it's on the foundational level. And that is you must build sufficient wealth if you're going to go on to the next two levels in retirement freedom satisfaction. That is wealth, then your health, then your happiness. And in happiness, we go all over the gamut, right? What makes you truly happy? Well, studies have shown and researchers have studied that people are most happy and fulfilled with freedom in their life. Being carefree means not having to answer to somebody else's schedule, right? Not having to get up a certain time of day. If you do a project, you're going to take your time and do it at your own pace. If you love your dog and want to spend more time with your dog, you can do that without feeling the pressure that you got to run off to work. And the financial freedom that is behind that says, hey, you don't have to worry because we've got you. We've got a plan in place so that you will never run out of money before you run out of life. At Colin Richards, we call that the Colin Richards Lifestyle Guarantee. It's a beautiful thing, and we can develop a plan like that. But foundational to that is knowing that when markets go haywire, your lifestyle isn't going to go haywire, right? Too many people's life is connected to the ups and downs and volatility of the market, and we want to disconnect you from that. We want to use the market when it's performing well, and we want to be protected from it when it's not. So at Colin Richards, we're going to construct for you a portfolio I call the Barbell. I borrowed that term from Morgan Housel, a fantastic behavioral psychologist who has studied some of the richest people in the world and developed a book called The Psychology of Money. It would be worth your time to read or check it out on an Audible book. But The Psychology of Money delves into the mindset that separates those who do well financially from those who don't. And using the extremes, he learned that billionaires, and this also applies to some of the largest financial institutions and pools of wealth in the world, use a strategy called the barbell. On one side, in your portfolio to help make sure your foundation of wealth never gets in the way of your health and happiness. On one side, we're going to have totally safe money that you're not going to worry about ever losing. And from that side of your barbell, that weight on one side, we're going to draw your lifestyle. And we're going to teach you how to get above average, extraordinary interest on your investments that you traditionally can't get on safe money. Right now, you could go down yourself and open an account and easily get 4% and have it totally safe at your bank, a fixed annuity, and so forth. Well, guess what? We will teach you how to leverage that 4% and turn it into potentially 8 or 10. If you're getting 3%, how to get 6 or 8. We can teach you how to average about double that interest and still be safe, protected, growing from year to year. And guess what? That side of the barbell is where you're going to enjoy your retirement lifestyle. You say, Colin, I don't know if I can only live on part of my money. You know, I had planned, let's say you had a portfolio of $1 million. You say, I'd planned on living on that money in totality and then just having a savings account off to the side. So my $1 million has to do it all for me. And if you do it the traditional way, here's what's going to happen. I've done this thousands of times, and I can tell you what's going to happen. If you put it in a traditional portfolio of stocks and bonds, commodities, real estate, other types of investments, the safe withdrawal on that is about 3%. You heard it. Used to be 4%, but now people have learned and studied longer periods of time, more volatile markets. And if you don't want to run out of your money before you run out of life, you're going to limit your annual income of that to about $30,000 or $2,500 a month. What are you going to get from Social Security? Between you and if you're married, your spouse, maybe somewhere from $3,000 to $5,000. So that means you're going to live on a Social Security check and about $2,500 extra a month. The good news is you'll have very little taxes. The bad news is you could have lived a lot better. Did you know that you can generate that same $30,000 a year or $2,500 a month on about half that much money if it's positioned properly in a barbell portfolio? And here's the cool part. We can use that other half as a growing reserve on the other side of your barbell to let it grow, let it build, whether that's for a legacy for your family or whether that's just to enhance your quality of life and do those special things that you've been waiting to do. Because happiness and health need financial backing. Money is not the most important thing in your life, but it is vital that we use money as a tool to remove the obstacles to your retiring when you want to, finishing up with your job, to you spending time with the people that you love and going on vacations with them, doing special things. And from a healthcare standpoint, getting you the access to the highest quality healthcare tools that are available so that you live a long and strong life. The prophet Moses blessed the tribe of Asher before passing on. And he said, as your days, so will your strength be. That's what I want for my clients. I want you to have access not just to medical care that corrects problems through surgery, therapy, medication. I want you to have access to preventative, proactive care that extends your life before you ever face a life-threatening illness or injury, right? And that can be done, but you're going to need money to do it, right? If you want to take advantage of a really great physical therapist to help you learn the pliability and mobility and functional strength so that you don't have to suffer when you fall. Recently, I was away on vacation with my family, and we stayed in a place with a beautiful wood staircase. It just came straight down. But my little daughter's dog was sitting at the top of the landing and wouldn't go down. It was afraid. And I had just gotten out of a vacation hot tub, so my feet were wet. But I thought, I'll be safe. I'll be careful. But right as I stepped on that step, the dog squirmed. I used both arms, lost my balance, and slid all the way down that staircase. And I wound up head first into the baseboard. First of all, I'm fine. I didn't break anything, but it sure hurt for a minute. But I remember I told my wife, I'm just thankful because I could have broken bones, killed myself. It could have been a disaster. But because of the resources that we have and the time that we've been able to create in our lives, I have been developing a fitness regime that protected me in that fall. Folks, that's just one example of many. We want you to build a balanced, wealthy, healthy, happy life. It just starts with a phone call.